loud, and there we go. And I'm also going to just broadcast this on our Facebook page. So just one sec here while I do that. Live on Facebook. Log into Facebook and go live. Excuse me. Okay. Oops, actually, hang on a sec here.
So if you are unmuted, could you please make sure you are muted? We're getting a lot of feedback. Perfect. Thank you.
Sorry about that, guys. I accidentally hit the wrong button. So there we go. Let me just get back on here. There we go. Name. Okay. I am going to share my screen. And we're always going to begin our Realtron and You sessions on our Realtron Homes website page. And so that is what I am going to do right now, is just to share that screen with you and make sure I share the sound as well. And there we go. We're all good. Okay, I've just got to move you guys over to another screen here. So, okay, great.
All set to go.
All set to go, exactly. Okay, and I just want to make sure I'm recording here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, okay.
Yep, you're good.
Again. Yeah, perfect. Good. Okay. Sorry once again here, guys. Always goes back to you guys. There we go. Okay, so Realtron and You this morning is a session for both you and you as a newer realtor and you as a realtor with Realtron for a while. And it's really designed to focus on the competitive advantages that we have to help you to compete and win in the marketplace, both to get listings and sell those listings and to get buyers from those listings. And so what I'm going to do, again, this is a informal session, guys. So certainly ask questions as you go. I'll just ask you to mute yourself as you are on. And sorry, I've just got to move you again to mute yourself as you're in the background. And so this, of course, Remax, realtronhomes.com, our website. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend quite a bit of time on, see the top right here as my cursor goes around. I'm going to spend a bit of time on agent login, which is really the key areas online for your digital experience, the key competitive advantages that we have for you and easy to get at. But I'm also just going to highlight a couple of other things. The first thing I wanted to highlight is our education calendar, and I'm just going to click on that right now. So you may ask, why do we have an education calendar on our public website page? And really the reason for that is twofold. First off, it's to make it easy for you to find and get at, so you can see all the upcoming events, all the professional development events to help you to compete, win, grow your business, get to the next level. And so there's lots of great sessions, as you know, each month it changes. We generally have a 3-month repeating cycle with our courses, and we add new ones all the time. So I would encourage you to go here and just make sure you're up to date with what's coming up in terms of professional development, and watch it obviously for what is relevant for you. Okay. And then the second reason, so I said there's 2 reasons for this. The second reason is that this is a advantage to you. This is a way to help you to get the listing in the presentation. And let me explain. So you're probably sitting there asking, how can an education calendar help me compete and win against other realtors to help me get a listing? Well, it's really as simple as this. Prospects, clients want to deal with a professional. So you are part of a professional real estate brokerage, and you guys are all professionals. You're full-time practitioners, you're professional realtors, always looking to improve, always looking to do better. And so, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, one thing I'd just like to highlight for you is that I work for a professional real estate brokerage firm, Remax Realtron. And why is that important to you? Well, let me explain. So it's very important for me personally to ensure that I'm up to date on the market, up to date on all the best practices, up to date on everything, because life changes, the real estate market changes, and I want to make sure that I'm the best in my practice, best in my industry, the best agent out there. And I'm part of a professional real estate brokerage firm that helps me to do that. Let me just show you a sample of the education calendar they have and the courses that are available to me and my colleagues to ensure we can serve you, the seller, best in terms of selling your home for more and for better terms. And then, does that make sense to you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, right? It's just a simple affirmation, a simple reference, and it helps them to understand that you are a professional, and likely most other practitioners are not going to talk about this. And if you joined us for our kickoff yesterday, Alex made the great point of, you need to be different from your competitors. You can't be the same, right? So this is something that's different, and this is something that prospects and clients are interested in terms of your professionalism, in terms of you improving and always growing with your business and you personally. Okay, so far so good. Is that good? Okay, so education calendar, 2 reasons, easy for you to get at. And secondly, it's the first of competitive advantages to help you out with competing and winning in the marketplace. And so what I'm going to do now is just go back to the home page of Realtron Homes, and I'm going to mute a couple of you here. If you wouldn't mind, guys, just muting. No problem asking questions, but obviously it just interrupts with the sound if you're not muted. Excellent. I think there's somebody else. Okay, there we go. Okay. So the next thing I wanted to point out is our links to our social media. So social media, of course, as you guys all know, is an incredibly important thing to be involved in these days to help communicate, to help start conversations with strangers, people who don't know you, and of course, your people, your group, your sphere of influence, your past clients, your friends, family who do know you. And we often struggle with what to say, what conversation to have. So a neat thing is you'll find lots of content in our social media to help you start conversations through either posting it on your own social media or just using it as a conversation starter when you're phoning and talking to either strangers or people who know you. So I won't go into all of these, but of course we have a Facebook page, which is quite active, a lot of postings there. We have an Instagram page, which looks great. It's got great pictures. It's got a lot of people following it and great images for you to share there as well. We're of course on LinkedIn, more of a business community there, but also a great way to contact and touch base and have contact for your prospecting with strangers or getting in touch with your past clients, your friends and family. Twitter, we have active Twitter feed, and we have a YouTube channel where we often will share lots of videos that can help you again interact with people in your network or strangers who you're trying to develop a relationship with. Okay, so that's that. And again, agent login, I'm going to come back to that. What I'm going to do is just on our main page of Realtron Homes here, I'm just going to scroll down and go to the second competitive advantage that I wanted to talk to you about. And that's really the Remax brand. So the Remax brand, as I think you all are aware, is the #1 real estate brand in Canada and North America, in the world. And that's because just in North America, they're spending $100 million in promotion a year. There's no other firm that does that type of promotion, that advertising, that investment to support us in competing and winning in the marketplace. So there's a couple of neat real tools here that you can use to help excite a prospect and to help them choose you over other people who are your competitors. And so the one video I just wanted to show you right now is called the Remax Street Scene video. I often call it the Streeters video. You just see right here. And this is again on the main page of Realtron Homes. You just scroll down to the bottom, and I'm going to play it here a little bit for you, but let me just set it up a little bit. So why is this video important? So this video is important because of the content, which you're going to see, but it's also important because it's a great way, again, to reach out to people, particularly in advance of when you're going to meet them. So if you don't have your own personal video, you guys all should invest in that over time. But if you don't have the investment funds right now to do that, or you don't have the time to do it, this video works great instead. And so you could, after speaking with somebody on the phone and booking a listing appointment with them or booking an appointment with them, you can easily text them the link to this video. You could email them the link to this video. So excited to see you tomorrow at 2. Just wanted to send you something to, for us to get to know one another a bit better. Take a look, and thanks. And this video, then they would likely play, and it will differentiate you from competitors before your meeting. So even before you show up. So it's going to differentiate you, which is the reason for a pre-listing or pre-listing presentation, differentiate you, make you look professional, and also help to ensure that the prospect does not cancel on you. It has been shown time and time again that people who are given something of value, are given something ahead of time for an appointment, are less likely to cancel on you. So this is a great thing to send. Even if they don't watch it, their tendency to cancel on you is going to be less. And also they're going to think, hey, this realtor is a bit different. They sent something to me before. So I'm going to play a little bit of this. I'm not going to play it all, but here we go right now. And this is surveying 45 people on the streets of Toronto about real estate brokerage brands, companies.
I might go with Remax.
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 Probably Remax. Same thing, Remax. Remax. Same here.
Century 21.
Remax.
I would use a private company like Kijiji or something along the line, see if I can sell it on there. If I can't sell it privately and save a few bucks, I would probably pick that company that is red and blue. Realtor or something like that, I'm not sure. What are the colors of Remax?
You may be thinking Remax because it is blue, red, and white.
That's it, that's probably it.
Probably Century 21 because I've heard of them.
I go to. I have Home Life, and then I'd use Remax just because one of my good friends from high school is an agent, so it'd be bad if I didn't go with him.
I would actually sell the house myself, which is what I've done the last couple of times I sold a house.
Royal LePage, maybe?
I would also say Royal LePage or Century 21.
I'm not really sure.
Remax is the only one I know.
The only one I really know is Remax.
One of my teachers is actually a real estate agent, so I'd probably go to her, or I'll go to that like weird hot air balloon symbol company.
The weird balloon
Century
company.
21.
Remax because I worked for them.
I don't know, probably like Remax.
I would go with Remax.
Home Life 5-star.
Okay, and why?
Because it's my family's company.
I believe they're called Reality Inc., I believe. I'm not too sure, but that's who I would go with. Remax, actually, that I saw, but I just didn't remember the name. So, yeah, it was Remax, though.
I'd say Remax.
I'd say the same thing.
I can't think of any others.
So here's the neat thing, guys, is that of the people, the 45 people they surveyed randomly on the street, 23 identified with Remax, knew Remax, understood Remax, would use Remax. And then you can see from there, right, 11 uncertain, 3 Century 21, 3 on their own, and down the list.
Cam,
Alex?
if I can
Yeah.
jump in.
Absolutely.
This survey was done by us. We paid for it. We hired an independent crew because, quite frankly, I didn't trust the propaganda that Remax International sent out, and it was just our little test to see if it would the reality. And so we paid for this. This is what they put together, and it really is you can see it's a cross section of what's happening today. Those agents who know, those people who know a real estate agent, whether through a relative or a friend will deal with that agents. The rest are up for grabs, and the majority of them go with a name that they know. And even Century 21, which isn't as well known in Canada as it is in the rest of the world, they still recognize it. So a brand name is that really solidifies the fact that the brand name is very important. One of the things that I want to challenge you with is to create a system of success. If every listing presentation that you go on, if every listing appointment that you go on is exactly the same or an improvement of, and you know the areas that you change from the previous one, then you're on your way to becoming a better agent, a better professional. But if every time you have a listing appointment, you do things differently, then you do not have a system of success. And when you don't have a system of success, your results vary. So the challenge you have is look at all the things that we're showing you and create from these systems a successful system that will help you improve. And as Cam pointed out, one of the most important things is a pre-listing presentation, something that you send to your clients before they meet you. That way they're pre-sold and they're ready to go. You've warmed them up. You know, any professional basketball player, hockey player, every professional warms up before the game. You know, a person like Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant would go to the game an hour ahead of time just to warm up. So the challenge is start building your system. You have the Streeters video, which we've just seen. You can send that. We have pre-listing presentations that we can send. You have Realtron Accelerate, which you can send. And the other thing that is really not being used today at all is letters of recommendation. If you could deliver to the clients or Uber to the clients 50 or 100 photocopies of letters of recommendations from past clients, that would go a long way to securing your listing at a high commission rate. So we have options. All you have to do is choose the options that suit your personality. But whether it's 1, 2, or 3, or all 3, create a system of success if you want to go to the next level of your career. Thanks, Cam.
Perfect. Thank you, Alex. Excellent. So that is the Streeters video, great for pre-listing if you don't have your own personal video, or if you do, quite frankly, it's a good one to differentiate you and have the prospective client want to see you because you're with RE/MAX and you're known, and that you'll sell the home for a higher price and better terms for them. Okay, so that's the Streeters video. The next tool I wanted to show you is a tool that you can use live with a prospect, or I'm going to show you where we've got a static one page that you could use if you're not comfortable doing it live with a prospect, and that's in Broker Bay, and we'll go in and I'll show you where that is. But the tool is called Google Trends, and I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Google Trends or not. You just do this. You just search Google Trends in Google. It goes to the tool. You obviously just click on the Google Trends. And this tool allows you to understand what people are searching for at any particular given time. And so the default is Canada, which is great because obviously real estate is a local business. So you want to search in Canada. And easy way to demonstrate this to a prospect is really this, and because, and for you guys. So if you wanted to open up a new pet store and you wanted to understand what product line to focus in on. So pets, you could have dogs there, you could have cats there, you could have, gerbils there, something like that. You could just simply say, that, if you're interested in opening up a pet store, you can search any terms. This is in Canada. And all you do is you actually just put in the terms there. So you just simply go dog or dogs, you go cat, you can go, again, you can go well, actually, why don't we do snakes? See how snakes show up. I haven't done that, or snake. And just hit enter, and it's going to, you see how I did a comma in between and a space between your search terms. It's going to go in here and it's going to graph how many people are searching for those terms at any particular time. And this is for the last 12 months. You can actually do this for up from 2004 to present, sort of when Google started with this tool. So I'll just do the last 12 months, and not surprisingly, right? Good dogs are the #1 searched, followed by cats. And you just put your cursor over this for anything, and you say, so September 12th through 18th, the most recent week, you know, when people were searching, 97 searched for dogs, 54 searched for cats, and 14 searched for snakes in yellow there. So makes sense, right? That dogs would be #1. And so Mr. and Mr. Seller, you know, I work with Remax. I wanted you just to show you how many people are searching for Remax at a particular point in time. And the reason why that's important, and I'll show you, is of course, the more people that are searching Remax, it means the more eyeballs will be on your listing, which will mean that we will get more showings than you would with any other company or agent. We'll get more offers as a result of that. And of course, that means we're going to achieve a higher price and we're going to get better terms for you. And Mr. and Mrs. Seller, how does that sound to you? And of course, they'll say that sounds great. So let me just show you in terms of, you know, Google Trends. And you can say, have you ever used Google Trends, that sort of thing. So you just simply go Remax. You know, you can do any brand you want here. Obviously, these are probably some of the franchise brands, obviously, in the GTA. So you just do those, again, a comma in between, you have a space in between, and it's really quite simple to get the results. It's really fast to get the results. And the great thing, of course, about this, which we know, right? You guys know, we know Remax is the #1 brand. It's the #1 well-known brand. People search for it. They look at our listings. Remax.ca is the #1 brokerage website in Canada. And so you can just take a look, and, you know, here's really neat. So take a look at this just since the summer when things were slower, right? So people are now looking to list their homes for sale, right? We've got a shortage of listings. And this is when the brand really, really helps, right? Because people are driven to brand, they want quality. And in a marketplace like this, which is not a, you know, it's a very, very short supply, they're searching a lot. And look at how they've started to search even more for Remax. So over the last couple of weeks, and this is great for your listing present right now, right? For the last couple of weeks, this just emphasizes why I'm with Remax and why this will help you sell your home for more and get better terms. Every time somebody.
Yeah, one more thing to mention is if you look at it, there's no doubt in anybody's minds that Royal LePage is a far superior brand in terms of quality of agents in Century 21. Century 21 probably averages about 3.5 transactions per person. But yet, because of their massive international advertising, a lot of people will go to Google and search Century 21 because they're recognized as a large professional company. I just wanted to make that point, and that's the value of the brand.
Yeah. And so 84 people search Remax, only 21 LePage, 20 Century 21, and 0 Home Life, right? So it just shows you the difference in the brands, and that Remax is the dominant brand and will help them get more buyers and help you sell the home for more. Okay, so that's Google Trends. And again, if you're not comfortable doing this live, you know, on your iPad in front of a prospect, then I'll show you where we've got a one-page image that you could either print or show easily. And we update it every month. So you've got it that it's current. And so it'll start to show this uptrend too in the fall, which is fantastic because our job now is to get homes, to list homes, right? We've got to list homes. The challenge is there's not enough homes available for sale, and there's tons of sellers that need to want to sell their homes. So a great time to use this. Okay, so that's Google Trends. And that's the second thing I wanted to show just about the Remax brand that is very helpful for you to differentiate yourself and compete and win in the marketplace. And so now I'm going to just go back to our main page of realtronhomes.com again. And those are the things I wanted to show you before I now go to the agent login. So you see top right here, the agent login. I'm just going to click on that right now. And that's going to give you a list of very important links and an easy way to get at these links, to get at the digital tools that you've got to help you compete, win in the marketplace. So the first thing I just wanted to make reference to is that if you don't have an agent website, you should, because people, of course, are looking for you to have a website. And we are associated with a third party who does websites. They've given us a good deal on it, and they waive the sign up fee for you guys as realtors, whereas they don't for other people in the industry. So if you need a website, you don't have a website, here's a quick and easy way to get one. We also have a staff person on the sidelines to help you get that website going, right? To get your content on, to help you guide you, because I know it's sometimes challenging to get a website. You want to do it, but you don't necessarily get it done. So we pay for a staff person to help you with that. So it's a great way to get going and make sure you're online. And when people search you, they find you, and a great way to start conversations with people.
Cam, just to jump in.
Yeah.
If you don't have a website, you're out of business, because when people talk about you and somebody's thinking of buying or selling, the first thing they do is exactly what you do. They get on their computer and they Google the name. If your name doesn't show up, then you've just lost the business. So you have no choice. You have to have a website. The good news is we can do it for you, and it's very, very reasonable. But you must have a website.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alex. Good. The second thing on here is Broker Bay, which is a incredible online resource for you. I'm going to come back to it because that's where we're going to spend quite a bit of time. So let me just continue on, and I'm going to go to electronic lockbox order form. So if you're newer to Realtron, you may not be aware of this. We have a relationship with a third-party electronic lockbox company called Sentry Lock. Sentry Lock in Canada only deals with real estate boards, but we got a deal as a brokerage to get it for you guys, to have a competitive advantage for you guys. And so electronic lockbox, just to be clear, if you haven't used one or unfamiliar with them, they are a great listing tool. And so you say, okay, listing tool, let me understand that. So a great listing tool, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. One of the other things that I do for you is to make sure that your family is safe and secure in your home. Is that something that's important to you? And of course, they're going to say, yes, absolutely important to you. Fantastic. Let me show you. I use an electronic lockbox. My brokerage has set me up for this to ensure that you're safe and secure. And this electronic lockbox works as follows. Every agent who's going to show your home, and there's going to be a lot of them because we got a shortage of listings. We're going to have a lot of people who are going to price your home to get a lot of offers and to sell it for the highest price possible. We're going to get a lot of showings, a lot of agents going in there. I don't know them all. You don't know them all. They all have a professional practice, but some of them operate differently than others. They're each going to get a separate, distinct code, and none of them are going to get the same code. So they're all going to get a separate code. That code's going to be good for a day, and it's going to expire an hour after they use it the first time. So nobody's going to be able to go in there a second time without an appointment. Nobody's going to be able to share it with other parties to use it, and it's going to expire, and we're going to know who's going through your home because it's going to record when that code is used, and I can tell you if they actually went into the home or not. How does that sound to you? And by the way, we have, again, a competitive advantage here. My firm has got this relationship. This is not something that's available to most realtors in the industry. And it is a key thing, I feel, to keep your home secure, because the other lock boxes, and you can actually have them physically here, right? You can have, so the electronic lock box is a heavy tank looking thing. The regular lock box, as you guys know, is a flimsy metal thing. It's physically better, so you can't get into it. You can actually Google YouTube about somebody getting into a regular lockbox in about 3 seconds with a sledgehammer. It's just boom, 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 and they're out. The key drops right out of it. You can't do that with electronic lockbox. And so that's another neat thing to show to your seller, but it is a much better lockbox. We record who goes in. It's a different code to every agent, and it expires. And the regular codes, I don't know if you know this, but, and you can say this to the seller because it's true. There are some agents who use the same code and have used the same code for the last 30 years with their lock boxes. They've had it on every home they've had. It's never been changed. And that's a massive security problem. I will not allow that to happen for you and your family, your home. Okay, and so a great thing. This is something that again, it's most agents don't have it, so it's a competitive advantage.
Yeah.
Definitely have it. It's an incredible listing tool. And yes, Alex.
Yeah, Cam. My guess is that maybe 1 or 2% of agents use electronic lockboxes. So the key to beating the competition and getting a higher commission is being different, showing areas of difference. And I would say that the majority of people today have alarm systems. And as soon as they can, and those who don't have it will get one as soon as they can afford it. So we know security is paramount in people's minds. We approached the Sentry people 3 years ago, and because we wanted our clients to be secure. So if you want a higher commission, you've got to show your difference. If you want to beat the competition, you have to show the difference. And guys, it's little things that make the difference. And this is a little thing that really strikes to the heart of people's concerns, which is the security of their home and the security of their family. So if you're not using it, I think you're making, again, this should be part of your system.
Absolutely. And guys, you just click learn more here. There's a form to fill out. You just send it to Wanda and you're ready to roll. She'll explain to you in a Zoom session how to use it and you're ready to roll. So it's not something that's going to take a month to implement. So if you've got a listing presentation coming up, what a great thing to have this is in your toolkit to compete against the competition. So that's the electronic lockbox. Remax Launchpad. So Remax itself, this is now Remax Canada. They have online tools to help you guys, again, compete and win, to differentiate yourself. So I'm just going to go in there. If you're new and you've just joined us, you'll get an email with the link and password to log into here. If you're having any issues, just touch base with your manager or the, head administrative person in your office and they can give you some help. And so I'm just going to log in here. And again, it's Remax Launchpad. This is Remax Canada's online resource toolkit for Remax Realtors, another reason to be with Remax. And there's a couple things I'm going to show you in on here. So go in here and play around, take a look. You can't hurt anything, obviously. One of the things, first off, I wanted to point out is Canada Post. So many of you will have farms. You should have a farm. Even if you don't have the investment funds now, you should have the goal to have a farm, to be the mayor of a certain area, over the next 5 years. And so Canada Post is a great way to distribute flyers to neighborhoods, particularly those that are, I'll call it, the freehold, the ground-oriented towns, semis, detached homes, a great way. And Remax negotiated a better deal with Canada Post for unaddressed ad mail. And so you can actually order unaddressed ad mail to get your flyers delivered, your newsletters delivered to your farming area through this button here, and you'll get a better rate than you would get even through the Toronto Real Estate Board. It's a better rate with Remax. And so that's Canada Post. If you want to do unaddressed ad mail, it's a fantastic way to distribute flyers, newsletters to your geographic farm. Design Center is exactly that. So this is an online marketing department that will allow you to quickly do up things like feature sheets, just sold cards, just listed cards, door hangers, anything you can think of, really. There are thousands of templates here that you can easily and quickly, and it's linked to the MLS, so you can automatically pull in pictures, automatically pull in the details from a listing to be able to produce any sort of marketing collateral that you might want. It's pretty simple. I'll just click on it here and it goes to, again, a huge library of marketing collateral as a real estate agent that you might want to use. The terminology here, brochure is really feature sheet, just so you guys know. So brochure is feature sheet, cards, door hangers, e-newsletters, advertisements, on and on, right? And there are thousands, literally thousands of different templates here. So if you need to create some sort of marketing collateral quickly, you can't get an outside party to help you for whatever reason, here's a great way to go in. There's no extra cost to this, right? You can just go in, you can save it as a PDF, you can print it yourself, you can send it to a printer, you can obviously email it or text it if it's a e-based product that you have. So great thing, take advantage of it. I know most of you will have relationships with parties, third parties to do feature sheets and that sort of thing, which is fantastic. It's really not the best way for you to use your time, but we are all challenged sometimes, right? We've got to do something fairly quickly and we need to produce something. And here within 5-10 minutes, you could produce something that's quite professional looking and easy for you. So that's the design center within Remax Launchpad, which again is the online resource area for all Remax agents in Canada now. And that's the design center. Max Center. So Max Center is their online resource center for Remax International out of Denver. So it too, I'm going to click on it. It too is a great way to keep on top of what Remax is doing, keep on top of some of the branding promotions they're doing, the advertising promotions they're doing, keep on top of courses. They've got an online university for courses. They've often got a lot of guest speakers and that sort of thing. And again, you'll have as part of your Launchpad access and login, you'll get access and log into this as well. And you'll just obviously you'll have a remax.net email address. That's how you log in. You've got a password to get in. And I'm just going to log in here to very quickly show you. They're actually constantly updating this, so it's really user friendly now. I find it's getting better and better. And frequently used apps are over here, which is probably where you're going to spend most of your attention. Remax University, as I said, is online courses that some are paid, some are non. So take a look. Some are complimentary here, and some are you invest, obviously. There is a great Remax News just to keep on top of. It's like a blog, right? Online news, Remax North America International, keeping on top of things. Remax Hustle, which are some tools to obviously hustle and out compete the competition out and win against the competition. Marketing has marketing online tools and that sort of thing. So again, this is a really neat area to get access to quickly, 24/7, right? At home, wherever you happen to be, mobile friendly, can get at resources from Remax International to help you guys compete and win in the marketplace. Okay, so that's the Remax Max Center. And so what I'll do is I'll just close that off. We're back into Launchpad here. So I've done Canada Post, I've done Design Center, I've done Max Center, Remax Events. So Remax Canada has their own events. Many are professional development oriented, education oriented. So this is on top of all of the courses, education that Realtron offers. They've got courses and things as well. So a buyer suite, seller suite, core concepts, commercial symposium, a lot of different things here to keep on top of and register for if you're, and I know you guys all are interested in growing, continuing to get better and improving. So another great resource for courses online, professional development. And that's really the key ones for me. Regional blogs is just as it sounds, it's a blog to keep on top of Remax in Canada and what they're doing for all of us to help us compete and win in the marketplace. You can actually search this blog. So you just search here. And this is where we always save the Remax market share charts for you. So these are the ones that show that Remax is selling 1 of every 3 homes for in most areas in the GTA. You can get any market share chart here for, York region, for Newmarket, for, Toronto, for Durham region, for Ajax, anything you happen to be competing in. And you just go market share and it'll obviously come up with the current market share for you. We also save these, but if you're ever wanting to get an area that we don't have saved for you, just do that market share and hit enter there. Okay, so that's on the blog, the Remax Launchpad, the blog, so the regional blog. Okay, so once again, I just did Canada Post, Design Center, Max Center, Events, and the regional blog. Those are the apps that I have chosen to favorite and come up, but you can just hit App Store here and they have more apps as well that you can take a look at. Maybe there's other apps that you would find advantageous to you to use frequently, and you can just favorite them and they'll show up on the front page there for you. Okay, so that's Launchpad. Any questions on that, guys, before we move forward from Remax Canada's online resource area? Okay, great. Moving right along. What I wanted to do now then is to go back to, I'm just going to go back to Realtron Homes. Realtron Homes. There we go. And the link. Okay. So Realtron Homes, and we were on the agent login again, just as a refresher to everybody. We've done Remax Launchpad. And now I wanted to do Realtron Accelerate. So this is a differentiator exclusive for Realtron. It is a one-stop shop for getting access to anything you need in terms of listing and selling a home. So you can get at professional photography, 3D virtual tours, sign installation, sign removal, anything photography, anything that you need to get your listing, first off, to turn on a prospect, to you and help them choose you, and then also to help present the property professionally in the marketplace to get as many offers as you can to sell it as the highest price. And this is, again, an exclusive product. It's a third party that works with us. And it is a great way to differentiate yourself, to have we have a video, we have a couple of videos here. This video here, the one on the right or the one on the left, frankly, the one on the right is meant for consumers, customers, so prospects and clients, and you can attach that to a pre-listing text to them, or you can attach it to a pre-listing email, and you can get them to watch it. And again, it'll help to turn them on to why choose you, why you'll get more money for their home, and why you'll get better terms for their home in terms of the agreement of purchase and sale. So a great little tool. Encourage you to go on there, and the pricing and everything is right now. You can just book it online. There's a bunch of different packages from basic to really advanced with full meal deal kind of stuff, and certainly take advantage of it. You can, and it includes 3D floor plans, which consumers, I think, still are quite impressed by floor plans, but 3D floor plans, they find that quite impressive and a reason to choose you to sell their home. Okay, so that's Realtron Accelerate. And then I'll just...
Sorry, Cam.
Yes.
No, sorry.
No
should
problem.
we sign up on realtronshome.com? Is it important to sign up?
No. So realtronhome.com, when you actually sign up to that, that's meant for consumers to help generate leads, frankly, for you guys. So great question. Thank you very much for asking that. We try to generate leads for you guys. Obviously, it's not the way you're going to build your business, right? You're going to build your business by prospecting yourself. But the odd time you'll get a lead from the manager in the office that'll maybe come from our websites and things. And so that login, yeah, we get people who log in there and they do a neighborhood search. They want to keep on top of listings, that sort of thing. And we get a lead from that, and we send that lead to you guys. Okay, so if it's your listing, we send it to the listing agent. If it's not attached, if it's a listing from another company or it's not attached to an agent, obviously it's an opportunity for anybody, and the manager will assign it, generally in a fair way and randomly in the office. So great question, but yeah, no, you don't have to log in or register with Realtron Homes itself. Okay, great question. Okay, good. All right, so what I'm going to do now is, again, I'm just going to go back to Realtron Homes here. Let me just go back. Whoops, that went too far. There we go. Okay, Realtron Accelerate, telelisting. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with telelisting, if you're newer to the company, or even if you've been with us a while, but a great way to obviously prospect is to call people, opportunity calling or cold calling, whatever you'd like to call it. And we pay for the do not call list from the CRTC for all of the major area codes in the GTA. So you guys have got a list of all the phone numbers, and if they're on the do not call list or not. And that's through a third party. We send all the phone numbers and everything that we get to the CRTC, and we provide it to telelisting, who's got a database, an easy way to search. And so you have access to this. Again, your welcome email to us will have your login and your password. If you don't have it, talk to your manager or talk to your head administrative person. And I'm just going to log in here because I just want to show it to you very quickly. It's a cool tool. It's a great tool, and cold calling works, right? You talk to any of our agents. Jordan Glazer's got a fantastic course on cold calling every 3 months, by the way, guys. Great for you to watch it, see it, how he does it, what he's learned, what works, what doesn't work, but it works. And so telelisting, the quick way is just access the phone book, which again is all the phone numbers for all the major area codes in the GTA. And you can search in those areas. So what is an easy way to do is let's just say we wanted to focus on Yonge Street. So I just hit Yonge as a street address. And so you have anything with Yonge in, obviously. So it's even got Quebec in here, but as you go, it goes Old Yonge, Old Young Street, and then it gets into Young Street, and it's got Kingston and all the rest, and you can go down. And so you can narrow this down by city. So you can go obviously just Toronto or whatever, but you can easily find the phone numbers, the addresses, the initials, or sometimes the full name of owners of homes. And the reds are, of course, the do not call list, and the whites are the not the do not call list. You can hide the do not call list if you want, and there's still tons and tons and tons of numbers. Just 2,144 phone numbers just with Young in, right? And again, you narrow that down, you've got lots of numbers to call. You can export this into an Excel spreadsheet, these numbers. You can export it into an automatic dialer. Many of our realtors use Mojo as an automatic dialer, and Mojo is about 150 US a month. It will dial 3 phone numbers concurrently, so that your job really is reduced to a third of the amount of time to get at the same number of prospects. So it's definitely the way to do it. If cold calling is going to be a way to introduce yourself to strangers, and we all need a way to introduce ourselves to strangers when we're obviously in the marketplace as a realtor. And so you can easily just export it and go from there. The actions here, see, print this list, export to Excel. There's a sales dialers program too. I'm not as familiar with that, but certainly check it out too. Just a dialer would be great for you on that Mojo, which we know and a lot of our realtors use. Okay. So that's telelisting. Any questions on telelisting, anybody, or are we good?
Are these just home line number or cell phone number are included?
Just home lines. Yeah, just home lines. It is not a database of cell phone numbers. Yeah, because it's physically attached to an address.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, good. Okay, so that's telelisting. I'll just go back here. Okay. Realtron podcast. So we have a series of podcasts that are hopefully helpful for you guys. It's podcast often with some of our top agents, and they're sharing their secrets of success, what they do that works, what they've done that hasn't worked, and they've changed. So take a look at those, another area to just help you guys with your growth and development. We've got a video vault with a lot of videos as well to take a look at, which you can use again to send to strangers, to send to people who know you, to start conversations, and for you to learn yourself. Okay, so that's the key links in terms of online digital marketing tools, strategic differentiators, things for you to compete and win. And on that basis, now I want to go into, I went over Broker Bay because I want to spend the most time on Broker Bay. So Broker Bay is a tool, is our front desk tool. Okay, so it is the tool that our staff use to take messages for you guys, text them out to you, email them out to you. It's the tool that we use to book and confirm appointments with obviously showing agents for all of your listings. And it's a online resource area for all of Realtron's secret sauce, the secret competitive advantages that we have. And I'm going to show you that, but here's the main page, give you a little bit of an orientation here. There's first off, there's an admin queue, which we have 57 appointments right now in the queue that are going through the process of being confirmed, just so you know. So and by the way, last week, this would have been about 30, 35. So the showing activity has increased substantially over the last 2 weeks. And so people are coming back to the market. So if you're thinking that people are still on vacation, they're still trying to get a break from COVID, a retreat from COVID, they're back, and people are needing to buy homes, wanting to buy homes, and people are wanting to sell homes. So activities continuing to grow. It's going to be incredibly strong fall. And so that's just the showings that are going on right now. Brokerage is all of our brokerage listings. And so our brokerage listings, you can book an appointment right here, guys. If you want to book a showing on any of the Realtron listings, you can do it right here. You just click on obviously the listing, and there's a button that comes up to book showing, okay, and your name, when you want to do it, the property address. We have 921 listings right now. So we are lighter on listings, but that has grown too by about 50 to 100 net on the last couple of weeks. So it's going to continue to grow. We often have about 12 to 1,300 listings running, over the last year. That would be probably an average. So we are short right now. Now's the time to go out, talk to prospective sellers and get them to list their home for sale. Amazing time to sell. So that's our list of our listings, list of our listings. There you go. The rest I won't go into. You can take a look at that. But what I am going to now go into is, if you follow my cursor here, over on the top right, we've got a file folder here, just in gray, a file folder, and that is the online resource filing cabinet for all of the stuff we've got for you to access 24/7, anytime, anywhere, to help you at any particular point in your business. And so it is just like, it's a filing cabinet, right? So think of it as a filing cabinet. These are all folders within the filing cabinet, and within there's folders and documents. And so this is the main number of folders here, and you just click on these and you get into what's in there. So the first one we've got here is awards and recognition. So this is where we'll save, if for some reason you missed the top 10 or 15 in the office for the month, that sort of thing, this is where they all are. If you happen to be in the top 100 with Remax, we always save the results here so you can use it in your presentations, obviously compete and win. It's got the top 30 under 30 winners, the top 40 under 40 winners. It's got our mastermind sessions for all of our different award-winning groups, and the sharing of secrets of success amongst all of our realtors. It's got our rookie and our community service award each year. Each year we have a rookie award, so a new realtor, newly licensed realtor, the top one, and we have a community service award, that an agent who gives back to the community, obviously. And we've got, as I said, the top individuals, top teams by month and year to date right here as well for easy access. Okay, so that's the awards and recognition folder. Clauses, forms, and procedures. So within here, you're going to find all the Realtron forms. So offer preparation sheet, sometimes it's called cheat sheet. I like offer preparation sheet because you're not really cheating by using these. You've got collateral agreement. If you need a collateral agreement, you're representing both sides. If you're going to reduce the commission, it's in here, and it specifically has a clause saying if there's multiple representation, it's not reduced, which is the best way to practice. It's got a castle if you're curious about emailing and whether you're spamming or not, the rules around that. Best practice for handling offers under Bill 55. So that's the Form 801 and how to use it. Best practices for competing offers, multiple representation, which of course is incredibly topical right now because there's so few listings available. There's so many buyers looking. The market is, incredibly unbalanced, and you're always going to have, if it's properly priced, you're going to have a competitive situation. And these are practices to help you guys navigate that situation and make sure you cover your ass, excuse my language, but also that you get the best price for your sellers, and your sellers are really impressed by you. And you can even share this sort of stuff with a prospect, right? The listing presentation. I've got rules to handle multiple offers. We're going to price this properly. We're going to get multiple offers. Let me explain how this works. Many realtors do not have this, right? And so you've got that. So all the offer preparation sheets, we've got the offer, we've got a standard clause book. So this is the AREA standard clause book. If you guys need to have access to it, it's, it's the 50, 60 page document with all the standard clauses just to get easy access to it. We've got Realtron commercial clauses. So over the years, we've developed, it's about 15, 20 pages of clauses specifically related to commercial transactions that are not covered in the standard clauses. So here's a great way to find a clause if you're in a commercial situation and you need to use it. We've got our, I actually have a folder on PREC, but I actually have the PREC agreement here. So personal real estate corporation PREC, I'll talk about it a little bit again, but all of you guys should have a PREC if you don't have one yet. I'll talk about it later. Appointment instructions. So these are the instruction form for you to make sure that you tell our appointment center how you'd like your listing to be handled in terms of the booking and confirmation of showings and inspections for their home. Okay. And so use this form, don't send emails because there's so many nuances to a showing, right? Sometimes what we'll find is often if there's an error in a showing, it's related to a imprecise communication between listing agent and our appointment center, just to be clear. And so the more precise you can be in terms of your instructions related to accessing the home and actually booking the showing, the better off we are. And that form's great for doing that. And our trade record sheet. So just for reporting a deal, which is great. You guys all want to do lots of deals, and our trade record sheet is here online for you to report a deal. So really simple. Okay. So there's clauses, forms, and procedures. Commercial real estate, got a specific folder here. some overlap, but not much. We've got a course here that you can take a look at about selling businesses, which is a unique and special thing. Most of you won't be involved in this, but you have any interest, it's there. Commercial clauses again. We've got a commercial leasing presentation. So leasing is often, if you're in the commercial world, what you'll get involved in. So here's a course presentation to help you navigate the leasing world, the commercial leasing world. We've got a draft letter of intent. So if you're actually in the commercial world, letter of intent is often something that's used, if you don't know this, before a formal offer is done. So it's a understanding of the parties that's not legally binding, but it helps to come to a agreement, a binding agreement of purchase and sale for commercial property. So is that there's a presentation on land development. So if you're interested in land development or just how it works with developers, the owners of the lands, the developers, and obviously the agents who are selling or buying all through the process, you've got a presentation on that. We've got a presentation just on generally commercial realtor, how do you earn money in the commercial world, right? So this is a great place to start if you have any interest. And then just the standard form that people sometimes have trouble finding, which is the sale of business without real estate. So if you're selling a business without the real estate, here's the specific form to use for that. Okay, so that's commercial real estate. Contact information. So it's obviously very important that you know who in Realtron to contact if you have any questions, concerns, need for help. And so we've got all the branch contacts here and we've got all the head office contacts here. And it's just a PDF. I'll just open up one for you so you can see. It's got the direct phone number of all the people in the branches. It's got the direct email address for them to get at them. And obviously it's got the name of the person in the position so that you know, in case you don't know the name of the person in the position. And so that gets updated every month in terms of our contact sheet for our branches and for our head office staff, and includes their direct phone numbers. So definitely, call directly with our phone system. Direct voicemail, by the way, if you get voicemail, don't worry, because that voicemail is emailed automatically to the intended recipient. And so they can look at it, even if they're on their computer, they get a voicemail that they can just click and listen to immediately when they are online. So voicemails are great and they can get back to you really quickly with our phone system. Okay. So that's the contacts. Doing okay, everybody? Make sure I check in. Any questions? Okay. All right, contact information. So with COVID, we've had to introduce specific protocols for safety for all of you guys and your clients and prospects, that sort of thing. There's some specific clauses that were being used at one point in time, not so much anymore, but open house acknowledgement forms, since open houses are back. This is just to acknowledge that they are not, that they haven't traveled, they're not unwell, that, they all that sort of stuff, it's in there. So really easy. Anything you need to do in terms of COVID, either, open houses or just protocols or clauses specific to COVID, we've got in here. Education is just that. It's all of our education events. And so yesterday we had our kickoff, which is a bit of an education event as well. And so we're going to obviously save that here over time. Today's session, when we finish the recording, we'll upload it to Realtron YOU. So all the Realtron YOU sessions are recorded here and you can look at them. They're similar, but each one's a little different. So we develop, grow, Alex and myself as well. And so there's some other documents here, 8 good reasons from Jerry Bresser, some Jerry Bresser materials, which are great, and some other, PowerPoint stuff that's great in there for you from an education perspective. Marketing is the biggest file we've got, and I'm going to actually come back here because this is all the marketing collateral for you guys to use. But I wanted to highlight monthly updates. So if you're ever in doubt, if you're not sure what to put into a pre-listing presentation, a listing presentation, a buyer presentation, what to communicate to a stranger before a presentation, to actually communicate something, to follow up with a phone call, this is a great folder to go to and go in here frequently. We update this every month, and there's a whole swath of marketing collateral that'll win you the listing every time, right? You just use this folder, honestly, you'll win the listing. And this is where we've got our appointment center stats. So our appointment centers, you guys know, 24/7 live answering. We don't have an answering service. We answer the phone within 3 to 5 seconds. We get back to people. They can book a showing in the middle of the night and actually have it confirmed throughout our confirmation if it's set up that way. And so we have, and because we're open later, we're open past 8, 9 o'clock at night during the week. And we're open obviously after, 5 Saturdays, after 4 Sundays. we handled 1,214 calls just in the month of August that other brokerages would have missed in those periods of time. So Mr. and Mrs. Seller, one of the great things about the company I work for and how I help to make sure I get the best price terms for you is we have an appointment center that operates 24/7 live person. There's no other real estate brokerage that I know of in the GTA that has that. And it will ensure that anyone who's interested in your property, who's driving by, any prospective buyer, gets to me fast so that we can show your home and get an offer from them if it's good for them. And by the way, last month there was 1,214 more calls. Some of those will be to your listing in the coming month once we get this ready to go to market, and are we all set to go? So there's the
Sure.
appointment center. Yeah,
If I can just jump in, Cam.
absolutely.
This all comes down to what Cam said in the beginning. Mr. Seller, if we can have more people seeing your property, you're going to have more offers. And if you have more offers, then you can choose the offer that's either the highest or the best terms and conditions, or a combination of both. And that's why I can get you a higher price for your property, because not only do we attract more people, but with our systems and being open 24/7, we get more people to see your home, whereas most other companies are closed on weekends and they can't show your property. Okay, so it all comes down to more showings, more offers, better price and terms. That's a great presentation right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yesterday we showed this chart, which we update every month, and it's a great one too, both to show that you're a professional and you really understand the market, and nobody else has got this, right? So it's a great thing. You can send this to somebody too, and it's a great conversation starter, right? Because it shows both the historical price performance of the Toronto marketplace since 1973 to 2020. And as you can see, I'll just show my 6.74% is the compound annual growth rate of prices in the GTA from 1973 to 2020. There's not any other investment that performs that way. And as you know, for principal residences, there's no capital gains either. So this is an unheard of rate of return on an investment. And actually now the rate of return is higher than that, since 2020, obviously. And so what this does also is it projects into the future, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. And this answers the question, is now the right time to buy or sell? And Mr. and Mrs. Seller, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, absolutely now is the right time to buy. It is the right time to sell. Let me explain. Historically speaking, prices have gone up from 1973 to 2020, 6.73%. There's no other asset class that's performed that well. Stocks, bonds, anything for you. It is a great place to invest. Okay, so buy now, absolutely. And sell now and buy another place, absolutely. Or buy an investment property, absolutely. And just look at these projections, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. So I've just made this conservative. My company operates conservatively. We don't want to mislead anybody. We always want to live within expectations. We've done two projections here, one at 5% growth and one at 3% growth. Again, it's almost 7% growth historically. And by the way, the last year has been well in excess of this. Prices are up 12 to 15%. But as you can see, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, by 2054, prices are going to almost be $5 million from 1 million now. So it's 5 times the value in that period of time, only at 5% growth. And it's $2.5 million. So 2.5 times in 3% growth. Do you think we'll have 3% growth in the GTA going forward? And they should answer yes. If they answer, I'm not sure, then you can just talk about the market, right? 150,000 new immigrants coming in, you need 60,000 units. We only are building 40,000. We're shortage of almost 20,000 units a year. We have been for 10 years. We're short 200,000 to 300,000 units in the GTA. Prices must go up to balance with demand. Okay, and it's as simple as that. So a great chart for you guys to use. And again, conversations, presentations, any point in time where somebody might question whether is now the right time to buy or sell in the GTA. That's average price home projections. We've got a slide here, competitive advantage, which is the average production per agent. So this is Remax Realtron in 2020. You guys, our agents did $9 million versus some of the other firms. Royal Page Services 7.9. So our agents are more productive. They have more listings. They have more buyers. More buyers are going to see your home because I work with peers who are incredibly professional, incredibly good at their job, and we're going to sell for a higher price and better terms because of that, right? So here's a great one for you to use as a competitive advantage. We've got the Google Trends. So this is the one I said, if you're not comfortable doing the Google Trends live that I showed you, here it is as a static one pager to use, and you could just have it in your presentation. And again, we update this every month. So this is September last year through September this year. And it's got this huge increase, right? So which is fantastic for you to talk to your prospective sellers about. Market domination chart. So Remax Realtron, and this is not Remax, this is Realtron itself, right? So Remax Realtron is a dominant player in many regions in the GTA. And this chart here, I'm just actually going to decrease the size slightly, shows you where we're number one, which is York region. The entire York region, Remax Realtron is the number one brokerage, bar none. It's not Remax. We are Realtron. All the reds, as you can see, and these are all where our offices are located, right? So the blues and the yellows. Blues are number 2, number 3, and the yellows. And again, this is great because everybody wants to deal with the number one agent, number one company, and this shows that you're number one. Okay, and that's a great thing for, again, conversations, presentations, discussions with prospects and clients. We've got Realtron market update stats every month. So this is just a real snapshot of the market. So Mr. and Mrs. Seller, what I'd like to do is make sure we're educated on the market. So we, do what's best to sell your home for the highest possible price. How's that sound? Let's take you through the market. So here's what's happening in the market: unit sales, average price, months of supply, and a little expert analysis here for you guys to use as experts in real estate. And this again is updated every month. That's August 2021. That's the market update. We've got a great, so giving back to your community. So we're obviously Remax is partners with the Children's Miracle Network, which in the GTA is Sick Kids downtown. And we've raised over $1.7 million. Realtron Realtors and Realtron as a company have raised $1.7 million. And so why is this important? It's important because people want to deal with those who give back to their community, right? So there's the selfish part here is they'll choose you to deal with you because you are a participant in the community, because you give back to the community. And also they'll deal with you because they, it's different. You're different. You're doing something for charity. And I would encourage you, if you haven't had the opportunity yet, to pledge. What we've got right now is a drive of for every year. So 2021, $21 a deal, right? Which is nothing. It's tax deductible. So just contact your manager, contact your head administrative person, sign up for the 21 by 21. And then also you can use the riders, the Children's Miracle Network riders, which also is a great thing to differentiate yourself when the listing's on the market. And for all those buyers and people who see your sign and do the sign calls, they also know you're giving back to the community, which is great. Okay, so that's Sick Kids, Children's Miracle Network. And you just scroll down to get at more, right? So that's Sick Kids. We've got Treb graphs. So we update Treb graphs every month. We do one for the sale price, average sale price. We do one for the number of homes available for sale. We do one for listings versus sales. I'll explain that a little bit more. And we do one obviously for unit sales. And so here's the one for average price. I'll just show you how it works. So it's got all the years from 2007 to 2021. The blue is the bold, which is the current year. The average price, 1.07 million, August 2021. And it helps to show the differentiation in price growth and the seasonality of the real estate market. Again, makes you look very professional if you send this out or include it in your presentations, that sort of thing. It's updated every month and it's not complicated, right? It's just top line there. That's the average price per month. And that's all the different years. So you can just see how it's growing. That's average price. And I won't go in. So average price, I said homes available for sale is just the inventory of homes available for sale. And actually, maybe I will show this because I think even though we all know there's a shortage of listings, I don't think we necessarily understand it. So here's the 8,200 homes available for sale at the end of August. Take a look versus every single other year, right? We have a massive shortage of supply of homes available for sale, never seen in the Toronto area. And so prices are going to go up at a rapid pace over the next little while. And it's a great time for someone to sell their home. So what a great thing to show to a prospective seller to why sell now, right? If they have any thoughts of selling, it's going to be a very, very strong market in the fall.
Okay. One quick Peter Cho is asking, is there future plans for Broker Bay to allow agents to book showings from other offices that use Broker Bay?
I don't believe so, Peter. So great question. And the reason for that is they're not wanting to take away from the Toronto Real Estate Board. Broker Bay is a partner with the Toronto Real Estate Board now. So they're not wanting to take away from the online booking that TREB does. So I think they're not allowed to do that in their contract with TREB. So I don't think that's going to happen. But you can book on our listings. You can't book on other brokerages if they happen to be a Broker Bay client at this point in time. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Peter, for the question. Good. So that's there. And so listings versus sales. So this is an incredibly powerful chart. So I will spend a few moments on this. So one of the mistakes that, or one of the things that sellers believe that's not true is that if they put their home on the MLS, they put out a lawn sign, their home's going to sell. It doesn't matter what agent they choose, right? It doesn't matter if it's a Remax agent, doesn't matter if it's a Realtron agent, doesn't matter, right? They have the misnomer that the agent's nothing, right? Which is really unfortunate because we all know the agent is everything, right? The agent and brokerage is everything in terms of getting the highest price and getting the best terms. And so this one is great because it shows the listings against sales, which again, so right now, because it's a really tight market, but normally what happens is your listings are greater than the number of sales, right? So Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but in the normal marketplace, most months of the year, there are more listings than sales. So not every home sells. I wasn't sure if you were aware of that. Were you? And so what a great way to converse about this, because it'll get out in the open any thoughts they might have that we're all the same, we're all agents, we don't make any difference. Yes, we do make a difference. Not every home sells. There are tons of homes out there, as you guys know, of those 8,000 that are out there because they are priced improperly, right? Agents have not priced them properly, right? They've given false expectations to sellers and their home's sitting, and now everyone's wondering what's wrong with the house, right? And they're in a death spiral in a massively good market because the agent didn't properly give them advice on the price to price the home for sale. Okay, so that's a great slide to use. And so that's the TREB graphs. So great things for you to use again for any conversations. You can email, text these, you can send them, and always follow up with a phone call, right? Phone call, talk to people, and then in your in-person presentations, all great stuff to have either digitally or in paper for yourself. And that's the monthly update. So again, ever looking for anything, go into the monthly update. Pre-construction sales, we've got a database of pre-construction sales here. These are like floor plans, pricing, that sort of stuff. So take a look in here if you're ever looking for stuff on pre-construction. We have a WhatsApp group that for Realtron agents exclusively to share opportunities in the pre-construction market. If you are not part of it, we have about 200 realtors that are a part of it. If you're not part of it and you'd like to be a part of it, so you're interested in new construction, pre-construction sales, just tell your manager and we'll get you a part of that. Okay. And that's constantly, there's every single day, there's tons of opportunities coming up in the pre-construction market, both for, I'll call it new opportunities, new allocations that our agents are getting, and they want you to help and sell them. And also for assignment opportunities that'll come up too, right, in the marketplace for new stuff that's not closed as of yet. So that's new construction, pre-construction. We've got the Personal Real Estate Corp. So Personal Real Estate Corp, I've got a video on here. Is it for you? Presented by Alex and myself. I'll short circuit that and say, yes, it's for you. Every single Realtron realtor should have a PREC set up. We have over 200 now set up PREC. So that's the great news, but it means we've got, almost 800 still to go. And so why a PREC? Because you're going to save a bunch of income tax. Even if you're not saving a bunch of money now, should I do it? Yes, you should, because over your lifetime, you are going to save a bunch of money. That's what you need to have in place. And it is a great way to get an advantage in the marketplace and to stabilize your income too, guys. I don't know if you ever thought about it. If you have a great year this year and next year you want to take 3 months off for some reason, you can then move income personally from this year to next year, which you can't do as an individual, to have a lower tax rate when you pull the money out. And that's the beauty of this. You can pull money out in retirement when you're done, if you're going to be done when you're earning less money. This is like an RRSP. It's a fantastic thing for your retirement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys, there is no benefit to us, whether we pay you or your PREC. It makes no difference. It's just, we're cutting the check and you decide where it goes. But as Cam said, everybody should be a PREC. We have fought very hard for you to have these tax advantages. So rather than deciding yourself, call your accountant and say, should I or shouldn't I? And honestly, between the two of us, as Cam and I said, everybody should be a prac. Don't delay it. It's costing you money. It makes no difference to us. We're fighting for you to save money.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alex. Good. So that's a prac. And if you're not familiar with it, here's a video to get you familiar with it. Here's the agreement to sign for getting started, which is required by RICO. Here's the steps to just follow in terms of setting up a prac. And here's, if you have any pending deals, we can also pay those to your prac too. So if you set up your prac tomorrow and you've got 100,000 pending deals, we can pay it to your prac. We don't have to pay it to you individually. So that's the agreement to allow that to happen. So please take advantage of it. Again, nothing in it for us other than we want you to be successful and we want you to make more money.
Keep more money.
Yeah, keep
Yeah,
more money. Exactly.
Yeah, keeping more money.
You got her. You got her. Tools. So specific tools, we got the stuff on the lockbox, which I already spoke about, know your numbers chart. So this is Jeremy does his Monday morning session for all of you with know your numbers. So you can use numbers to your advantage in the marketplace. So that's the charts here. Onboarding documents. So if you're newer getting onboarded, we got the documents here. We got ringtones. If you want your phone to ring Remax Realtron, you can do that. And it's a great thing, just like wearing a Remax pin to help conversations to get you business, right? You should all wear the Remax pin when you're in the Starbucks lineup and wherever else. And if you got the Remax Realtron ringtone too, you know what's going to happen. Your phone's going to ring. You can have a quick conversation and the guy behind you is going to say, oh, you're in real estate, right? And it's going to go from there. Staffing service for agents. So at some point, all of you will get to the point where you're out of time. You've just run out of time. You don't have any more time to give to your business. So it seems like a plateau, a ceiling for you. And so the way to overcome that ceiling, the first thing you need to do is to hire an administrative assistant. So this is an unlicensed person who will do the low value functions so you can focus on the high value functions. High value functions obviously are prospecting, negotiating, presenting, right? The things in front of the client. Prospecting, presenting, negotiating is what you should spend your time on. You should not be spending your time on doing feature sheets, the 20 steps to your repeat and referral system, the sending out of the dear friend letter every month. Those things should be done by an administrative assistant when you get to the point where you don't have enough time, which is probably, 200 grand roughly. You should be starting to invest in an administrative assistant on a part-time or full-time basis. It will force you to be more systematized in your business, and it will be that thing to get you to that next level beyond the $200,000 to $300,000 sort of range. And we have a staffing service to help you. So our HR manager has a team who is constantly looking in the marketplace for people who are looking for opportunities to be administrative assistants or to work in real estate brokerage offices. And so we will, with you, attract people, help you with the questions to ask in an interview, help you with the paperwork to actually hire them and cover yourself, and whether they're independent contractors or employees of yourself. And it's all here, and we can help you with that. And there's no extra charge for it. So it's staffing service for administrative assistants. We provide it. I don't know if any other brokerage that provides that to our agents. And we do it because both Richard and Alex have always known that's the next best step to ramp up your business, overcome a plateau when you're out of time. And so you can focus your time on, again, prospecting, presenting, negotiating, and on your family, those things. Okay. We've got the Accelerate Marketing Program video here, which I showed you before, just an easy way to do it. We've got a Realtron investment calculator here, and we've got just a Training Advantage M4V file here to listen to. Okay, so that's tools. And then we've got a whole host of videos here for you to look at and use. Some are customizable to use to send to prospects to have online. Some are training related. Lots of different videos. I encourage you to go through these as part of your continued development. And so marketing, the one file I didn't go into because it's really full, and I'm going to just go fairly quickly through this, but it is, again, alphabetical. Appointment center stats, which we've done. Branded shareables. So this one, I'm not sure if we have, we're getting something in here. It'll be later today. We had a little trouble with Broker Bay just getting our branded shareables. So these are branded shareable graphics that you can use in your own social media. We got a whole host of library, and we're just getting them into Broker Bay. So we had a little bit of an issue yesterday. So stay tuned for that. Take a look in marketing branded shareables. Children's Miracle Network, I always spoke about. Competitive Advantage, I showed you. Dear Friend Letter. So Dear Friend Letter. So Alex, Mr. Pilarski, shout out to you. Alex has been doing the Dear Friend Letter. How long, Alex?
Gosh, 20 years.
20 years. Yeah. So, and consistently, guys. So if you want somebody who demonstrates consistency and persistency, which is such a key fundamental to success in real estate, this is it, right? And so Alex produces this every month for you, and you every month need to send this out to your database for your repeat and referral program. And you can also use it for strangers too, right? You could use this as a drop off for door knocking. You can use this as a conversation piece in a cold call, and then go out and drop it in the mailbox after. But the Dear Friend Letter is fantastic because I struggle, Alex struggles, although Alex does this, so he overcomes the struggle and does it. We all struggle with what to say. What do we say? What do I say to somebody? I gotta talk. I know real estate, the success to real estate is talking to people who know me, people who don't know me. What do I say? What do I do? So this is automatically things to talk about and something to follow up on. So you should print these out. You can put it on your letterhead or not, and just staple a business card to it, fold it up, put it in an envelope, hand dress on the envelope. And this is where an admin assistant, right? If you're too busy, this is an admin assistant should be doing for this for you. It's probably the 8th working day of the month. Alex usually has this done 3rd, 4th working day of the month, something like that, after the Treb stats come out. And you should be mailing this, snail mail, Canada posting this to all of your 100 database or 50 database or 125 database. The people who know you, love you, trust you, will refer you and use you as a realtor every month. And what a fantastic thing every 3 months to then just phone up and say, hey, it's Cam. How you doing? Wondering if you're getting my Dear Friend Letter. Just sent it out last week. Then you go, yes or no. Great. Any thoughts? Anything I can help you with? Man, there's a real shortage of listings. Anyone who is thinking about selling right now, because what a fantastic time to sell, right? A fantastic time to sell. And great conversation piece with them, but just a reason to call, right? A reason to call.
Like you said yesterday, Cam, one of the keys to being successful is being there. And this gives you an excuse to be there and talk to your clients. All we're continually talking about, guys, is creating a system of success. That's what it comes down to. If you don't have a system, you do not have repeatable results. If you have a system, then all of your results are repeatable, and then you have a business. And that's the key, is real estate is a business if you follow business systems.
Absolutely. Thanks, Alex. Perfect. Okay, so that's Dear Friend within the marketing folder. Google Trends, I've already showed you the Google Trends, various images that you can use, all the logos that are easy to get at, our market domination map that I showed you. That's what shows us #1 in so many areas in the GTA as a brokerage. Monthly market posts. So these are really great, right? So monthly market posts, we're doing them for July right now, but these are all the ones, the various Treb districts. So all the Treb districts, we've got a very quick little snapshot for you to be able to use in your social media. So these are fantastic. Back to marketing again. Office photos, if you need to have an office photo, pre-list, list, and buyer presentation. So this year we redid the Realtron pre-listing presentation, the Realtron listing presentation, and the Realtron seller and buyers guides. So they're all in here, guys. PowerPoint, so you can change it, or PDF. It's a great way to start. It's also got, the pre-listing questionnaire, pre-listing text message to use, and everything's in here. So also a neat little thing for typical transactions per month. So it just simply shows you the neat slide to use in your presentations. Again, just showing you the actual transactions per month that you can actually use and in your presentations. Go back here to marketing, and we'll go down to, so Remax advertising, Remax market share. So market share charts are fantastic. Here's what I said. We always save these for you. This is we have last year's in its entirety. So 2020, that's what these are for various areas. We've got Q1 2021, Q2 hasn't come out yet. We'll save them, and we've got them all for you, and easy to use, right? So here's just Ajax. If you happen to be an Ajax, to show that the Remax is the dominant player and why they should choose you in that marketplace. Okay. Marketing again. Spree down, other marketing materials, sellers, buyer's guide, the market update I showed you. Snapshot is just a snapshot of the Realtron business. The Treb charts are the charts that I already showed you. Repeat and referral is repeat and referral system. So guys, if you all need to, and you know this, right, to have a repeat and referral system, that's the number one thing you need is success for a realtor. And if you don't know, if you have one and it's not systematized or you're not touching base with your database enough, this is the way to get 36 touch points in per year, which is key to success to have, 3 a month, obviously. Okay. There's a system.
Cam, sorry,
Yeah.
my apologies. I have to go to an appointment. I will come back in for my car.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, good.
All
Thanks,
right.
Alex. Okay, great. Okay. So that's the repeat and referral. And go back to marketing here one more time. And here's average weekend market share. So that's that's kind of covering the marketing folder. And it covers everything within there. And really any situation where you want to create a conversation with somebody, whether they're a stranger or somebody you know, or you want to present or talk to somebody or just send something to somebody, here's, hundreds of different things you can use to help differentiate yourself, compete and win in the marketplace. And so that's the formal presentation. What I wanted to do now is I'm just going to close off Broker Bay. I'm going to close off Google Trends and Launchpad. And I'm actually now going to just go back to Realtron Homes here. So Realtron Homes, and just do a very quick summary. And guys, as I do the summary here, think of any questions you may have, certainly fire them away or send them in the chat or follow up with Alex or myself after. But what we did, of course, is we looked at the education calendar and how that's a great differentiator for you, and also just a easy way for you to find out what we're doing in terms of professional development. We've got the links to all the social media. We've got the Streeters video here down at the bottom that we at Realtron had paid for you to use to be able to obviously send to people, particularly in advance of any presentations you're doing with them, which is fantastic. And go from there. And so then we went over the agent login, and we went into the agent login, and we went over the agent websites, Broker Bay, Lockbox, Launchpad, Accelerate, Telelisting, Podcast, and Video Vault, all of those things. So hopefully that's helpful for you in terms of, specific things that you can do to compete and win in the marketplace. And I don't know so that's it for the formal presentation, guys. Obviously, we're going to record this. If you want to, refresh and go back to it, it'll be online within the next couple of days. Did you have any questions or anything that you wanted to share? And I'm just going to stop sharing my screen so that we can see everybody here. And any questions, anybody, before we wrap up as a group? And thanks once again for joining Alex and myself. We really appreciate it. And hopefully this has been of value to you. That's what we want it to be. And any suggestions you may have for continued improvement for us is fantastic.
Cam, thank you for all the information. Regarding the PREC, I'm just wondering, is it okay to use the existing company or should we set up the new one?
No, you can use an existing company. What I would suggest though is, so the existing company, if it's an active company, best to talk to your accountant just to make sure there's not some sort of assets or liabilities there that may cause you an issue, because you can set up a separate company for $700 and do it. But no, you're absolutely allowed to use an existing incorporated company if you would like to. Great question.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Perfect.
Cam, thanks also for all this information. I have a question though about FinTrack.
Sure.
I was wondering if you guys had considered putting together a training material or a course, especially with the recent changes to help guide us through the forms, especially with the PEPs and the HIOs.
Yeah, so great. Thank you, Jillian, for that suggestion. So 2 things. We actually have videos online of courses we've done on FinTrack and the basic requirements, right, of the forms and that sort of thing. Yes, we do have it on our to-do list to update it because the forms are updated. So thank you very much. It is in the works, absolutely, Jillian. And yeah, thank you, because yes, we want to do that for you. But if you have any questions about FinTrack generally, just search in Broker Bay FinTrack and you'll come come up with, I think we have 2 separate videos dealing with both the most common things that the FinTrack inspectors find that we as realtors have done wrong. And secondly, just the ins and outs of the client ID and the receipt of funds, dealing with all the different scenarios that you might have. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, no, thanks. Great question. Yeah. Anybody else? Any questions or? Perfect.
Cam,
Oh,
sorry.
yes, no
Also,
problem.
yesterday's presentation, you guys mentioned about the Realtron Core or something like a broker. Any idea when that will be launched?
Yeah, it'll be about a couple of months. We're putting all of our content into it right now. So great question. So yes, yesterday we talked about Core. It's going to replace really the resource area of Broker Bay. And the reason we're doing that is we want to have an even better way for you to find documents, and it's more of a tile format, like kind of like an Instagram sort of thing. So much easier to use, much more friendly, user friendly. So yes, and that's probably a couple of months because we got to transfer all of our content over there, which there's a lot. So that's what we're doing right now. So great question. Thank you. And the Core, it'll be exciting, guys. It'll be even easier and more user friendly to get at all the stuff online. Good. Anything else, guys? Okay. Well, thank you once again. I see, Alex, you're there in your car. Thank you as always. And yeah, thumbs up from Alex, thumbs up from me. Thanks, guys. And I'm going to stop the recording. And I'm going to wish you